Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the first session, I guess, of the flipped classroom. Again, all your homework is tonight is just to watch this video. You can take notes if you want. Just pay attention, and we'll keep going over this stuff tomorrow in class. A lot of times these videos will either be introducing what we're going to be starting or refreshing you on what we just started that day. It's usually going to be the first day of a new lesson that we do these videos. So let's go ahead and just get started here. Okay, so remember, first of all, in the past, we were adding negative numbers, right? So let's say we have like -5 plus 10, okay? And we told you, we got tug of war with team positive, and we got team negative, right? When we're adding numbers, we look at who has more, team positive or team negative. Well, in this case, who has more? We've got -5, so team negative's got 5, team positive's got 10. Who has more? Team positive has more. Well, how much would they win by in this case? They would win by 5 people, right? Okay. Now, we also could write this as 10 plus -5. Okay? Now, this is going to get you the same answer, right? Again, who has more, team positive or team negative? Team positive still does. They still have 5 more. Now, you could look at this and say, well, this addition problem of a negative is the same as just taking 10 minus 5. And some of you did say that in the past, which you are correct. Adding a negative is the same as subtracting a positive. So we're taking positive 10 and subtracting positive 5. Here we're taking positive 10 and adding -5. There's no difference. You are right. It's still 5. You can change it into a subtraction problem. Okay, now we're going to kind of do the opposite today, because we're working with subtracting numbers now. Okay? So we could have something like 7 minus 3. Well, you guys have known this for a while, what 7 minus 3 is, right? You're just taking 7, taking away 3 from it, and you get 4, right? Well, now you could rewrite this as adding the opposite, right? Here we're subtracting positive 3. Here we're adding the opposite, which would be -3. Is there any difference here? No, 7 plus -3 still gets you 4, right? Okay, so we're going to take that idea, okay, and use it with negative numbers now. So there's a few different ways you can look at this. So say we have instead 7 minus -3, okay. Well, first off, a lot of you would just say 7 minus, I don't know what 7 minus -3 is, but I know what 7 minus 3 is, and you just get 4. Okay, that would be incorrect. You can't have 7 minus positive 3 and get 4, and then take 7 minus -3 and expect to get the same answer, because you're doing something completely different, right? You're subtracting -3, not positive 3. Okay, so again, I told you as an example, say that you owe me $5. Well, you're -$5 in debt to me, right? You owe me 5. And then I say one day, hey, I'm just going to take away your debt. Don't worry about paying me that $5, okay? So I'm taking away that -5 you owe me. I'm taking away a -5. Well, you just became $5 richer, right? It's a positive 5 that you became richer. Okay? So we're going to take that same idea, and if we're taking away -3, well, you're actually gaining 3, right? If you're taking away negatives, you're actually gaining 3. So again, a subtraction problem can be written as adding the opposite. Here we subtracted -3. Here we add the opposite. So you'd actually get 10. Okay? Now I told you guys as a shortcut, you could just say if there's 2 negatives in a row, those 2 negatives combine to make a positive. And that is correct. But I want you to know why. I want you to know the why behind it. you're taking away negatives, you're actually going in the positive direction. Okay, if you look at a number line, say you start at 7, well, if you took away 3, you'd go to the left 3 and get to 4, right? So if you're taking away -3, you're taking away the opposite of that. So you're actually going to go in the opposite direction. Taking away -3 would actually move you 3 in the positive direction. And you would get to 10. There's no difference in these two. They're the same thing. Okay, subtracting -3 is the same as adding +3. Okay? So, just so you can see it in as many ways as possible, we'll make a chart here. Okay, and in this chart, we're going to have 3 minus some number. Okay? So we'll say 3 minus 2, 3 minus 1, 3 minus 0, 3 minus -1, and 3 minus -2. Okay? So here's 5 examples. Now look, we're going lower and lower and lower with our numbers. Watch what happens. First one. We got 3 minus 2, right? We're subtracting 3 minus some number. Well, in this one it's 2. 3 minus 2. What is 3 minus 2? That's 1, right? What's 3 minus 1? That's 2, right? 3 minus 0 is 3. Now look what's happening here. Okay, we're getting bigger over here on our equals side. But we're still going down over here, right? We're taking away less from 3 each time. And if we take away less from 3, we're going to get more as an answer as we go take away less and less. So we're taking away even less here. We're actually taking 3 minus -1. Well, following this pattern, it's got to be 4, right? Well, another way to write 3 minus -1, you can just say 3 plus 1, which is 4. Okay? So in the next one, again, we're getting 1 smaller that we're taking away from 3. 3 minus -2. Well, following this same pattern, it's going to get us to 5. Well, let's see if that's true. 3 minus -2 is the same. Again, add the opposite. If you got a subtraction problem, you can add the opposite. Well, we're adding, what's the opposite of -2? +2. And that gets us to 5. So that holds true there as well. Okay, so that's just another way of looking at it there. Give you a few different ways to look at it. Number line, chart, or just looking at you're taking away negatives, knowing that that means you're actually going in the positive direction. Okay? Again, we want to try to work with addition problems, because addition's a little easier. Okay? So always change those problems if you've got a subtraction problem, and if you're subtracting a positive number, you're actually adding a negative number. Okay, if you're subtracting a negative number, so these go together. If you're subtracting a negative number, you're adding the opposite, which would be a positive. These go together. These are the same thing. Subtracting something is the same as adding its opposite. Subtracting something is the same as adding its opposite. Okay? So we're going to go over 2 more examples, and then you'll be free for the night. Okay? First one here. Let's say we've got let's say we got 3 minus -8. Okay? Again, we've got a subtraction of a negative, we can rewrite that as an addition of the opposite. What's the opposite of negative 8? Positive 8. And again, another way I told you, if there's two negatives in a row next to each other, there's two negatives here, then you can change those to a positive. Okay? I can't really do this on the screen, but I was always told if you got two negatives in a row, you take this second one and just kind of put it vertically on that one. So you just imagine if you're taking this second one here and you're just shifting it from being sideways and you're shifting it up, and then you move it over on top of the other one. Okay? So again, here, look at it this way. We got two negatives, right? You're going to take this one right here. You're going to shift it vertical and move it over with that other one. It makes a positive. Okay? Two negatives in a row makes a positive. Two negatives in a row actually makes a positive. Okay, one more example. What if we start with a negative 3? And we take away negative 8. Okay? So here, we can use the number line first to just look at it. Okay? So, we'll start at negative 3. Usually if we took away 8, we'd go this way. We'd go to the left. We'd go negative. We'd take away 8. But we're taking away negative 8. So you got to do something different. Well, the only other way you can go on a number line, the only thing different is that you can do is go to the right instead. Okay? So you're actually adding 8. Okay? So again, you can write it as negative 3 plus 8. Okay? Well, now we just got an addition problem. So we look at that. We look at the tug of war. Okay? We got team positive on going this way. We got team negative going this way. If team positive and team negative are even, 8 and 8, then this flag won't move from 0. Well, are they even here? Do we have negative 8 and positive 8? No, so our answer is not going to be 0. Who do we have more of? Do we have more of the team positive or the team negative? We've got more of the team positive. How many more? Well, they would win by 5 people. Okay? Okay. That's it for today. You guys are free for the night. This is all your homework. Again, we're going to try to do one of these flipped classroom lessons, probably one per lesson. So it'll be the very beginning of a lesson or introducing it, one of the two. Okay, we'll either refresh or introduce. So you won't have another one of these till lesson 3. We have a few more days we're going to be spending on lesson 2. So if you don't understand it completely right now, that's fine. Okay, you got plenty of time. Don't panic. All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. You are free for the night.